Hi everyone, this video is going to be on the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. Now most of you guys that follow me know I do PC stuff. This is going to be a little bit awkward, but I also am a kind of a photography hobbyist on the side, which is pretty obvious from the computer stuff. But yeah, so I did receive my EOS R5 Mark II early, so I figure I share something with you guys. I already took it out of the box. So I'm just gonna go over what else is in the box real quick. There's been other unboxings, so it's not, anything spectacular. You get a battery, you get the R5 Mark II strap, you get an instruction booklet. For those curious, yes, the embargo is the 20th, and yes, the authorized dealer that I bought it from broke it. And you get a USB-C cable. I'm not gonna say whose name it is, I don't want to get them in trouble, which is also why I'm not gonna post any raw images for you to download. But I will show you guys some raws. All right. So let's see. Aside from that, cable management, and yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. There's a battery charger, right? Yeah, there's a battery charger. You get the new battery, which is the Canon. Let me put this aside. What's the new battery here? You get the new battery, which is the Canon LPE6. All right. So this is supposed to be a higher voltage than the other battery. So it's 2130 milliamp. And if we look at the old one, 6.4 volt. This is the one that came out with the R5, the LP E6NH. You'll notice that, let's see, this one's 7.2 volt, and the new battery is 8.4 volt. And also, does it give a milliamp? Yep, so SIM MAH, so no extra capacity, but higher voltage. I haven't noticed the difference. I tried the other one. But for those of you folks that like to use third-party batteries, I don't suggest you use these. I have these because I have the Edochrome stuff, and they use Canon batteries. So I have like the newer battery here. But with third-party batteries, the camera will not power up. So I didn't notice the R5 or R6 doing that, but you'll notice that it's not because the battery's dead. Trust me, it's not. You cannot use third-party batteries. So you'll notice that. Try another one. So yeah, so if you're a big fan of third-party batteries, you probably can't do that. But let's just try something else, because I also have something else here. I have the grip. I did also receive the grip early. I ordered all two of them. I ordered the battery one with the controls on the side, and I also ordered the vented grip for video, because I apparently will use this camera for a hybrid purpose. I did have overheating on my R5 when I used to do like I really didn't shoot 8K. I shot like 4K 60 and I would get overheating. So, all right, so let's take a look at the grip. I don't expect it to be much different than the last generation grip. Unfortunately, I no longer have my R5. I sold it a while ago, so I can't really compare it to the R5 directly. I'm sure there will be a lot of YouTubers doing that. So let's take a look at the grip. So the grip, so same feature set as previous, right? So it goes on. Let's just see here. Pretty sure I'm going to have to remove the battery door. So let me try to do that. I might have to do that. Oh, it's a good tab. Very easy to remove. So let me see if it can use third-party batteries inside the grip. I don't know, worth a try, right? I mean, I can see that there's contact pins on the battery itself when you plug it into the camera directly. So let's see. But anyway, so let's just put the thing in the tray. And let's see if it powers up here. So I'm going to lock it into place. And let's see how we go. Nope, no dice. Still won't power on. What if I just replace one? All right, so let's say I just replace one. Will it work? Let's see. Still nothing. Interesting. What if I replace both? Is it required to have both? I find it interesting that the grip even knows. And there we go. So apparently, let's try it again. Let me take out one of the official batteries. So yeah, you cannot, this thing really, yep. So if you're a third-party battery fan, this is not for you. You're gonna have to buy some batteries. Yeah, see that? It requires authentic batteries in both. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the body a little bit. Let's see, where's the official battery? So, all right. So with the okay, so I got the grip on. The grip maintains the same multi-function buttons as the top, right? So right away, see a lock switch. I do not see anything different from this and versus the last generations. I think mostly this has been redone to kind of fit the body lines more. This R5 Mark II is thicker than the original. You do get vents on the side, and you also get venting on the bottom, which is new. So it's not the same body shape, right? You got vents here. I'm sure all the videos have gone over this. You get a full-size HDMI, which is nice. But in the hand, this locking cap cover for the hot shoe does fit previous active hot shoes. So you can use this on your R3 or whatever that if you want to get a replacement part. But otherwise, the grip feels a little chunkier than before, at least to me from my memory. But with that said, let's just take a look at the size comparison once you get the grip on. So, oh, speaking of which, the EVF. The EVF does look to be about the same size, although I would say, I'll get into the IAF briefly here. I did test the IAF versus the R3. So if I put them side to side, you'll probably see that, the R3 is still going to be wider, right? But from a height perspective, they're pretty much the same. Okay. Coming from an R3, you are going to miss a lot of the buttons. But my plan is to replace the R3 with this camera because the sensor readout is so equal. Not equal, but so close that I'm just going to dump this. I do have an R1 on pre-order, just for giggles. I want to try it out when it comes out. But yeah, so what else? Oh, yeah, okay. So I tried the IAF on the R5 Mark II versus the R3. The R3 IAF has always been problematic for me because I wear glasses. I did calibrate it many times over, and it never really seemed to improve. It just wasn't reliable enough. Now, on the R5 Mark II, I found the IAF to be much improved by, I would say, probably 30-40%. I still have struggles with it with glasses. It kind of tends to float sometimes and go somewhere else. But even with refined calibrations over and over again, I still had that kind of difficulty. It's really hard to show you guys, obviously, but I mean, it would be in the general region. I would say probably if you just wanted to use it for like the quick upper corner, bottom corner of a VVF, you can do it. But if you wanted to particularly focus on an object, maybe something like a person among many other people, it will get it in the general region if you wear glasses. But for me, it wasn't as a glasses where it's not precise enough to be usable, which kind of makes this joystick situation kind of suck compared to this optical joystick we had on the R3. But yeah, with that said, let me show you guys some images from this body. I did take it out to see some sandpipers that were nearby my home area yesterday. What I also do is show you guys some noise images from the supermarket, and I also will post some images of items on this table at various ISOs so you guys can get an idea. So we're in Lightroom Classic. You guys gonna have to pardon me a bit. I haven't used Lightroom Classic in a long time. I'm too used to the new version of Lightroom, and I tend to do things on my iPad. So, like I was saying earlier, yesterday I had seen a bunch of sandpipers in a marsh off the side of the highway that's close to my home. So I decided to grab the R5 and the R3 and run out there real quick. This was around 6 p.m. so the sun is setting. Well, not setting, but coming down. And I am on an elevated platform shooting down on the bird, which is far from ideal. Obviously, I'm not a professional. These are not meant to be professional images by any means. They're just to give you an idea. This guy, you can see, it was right on the eye. I will say that from autofocus perspective, it is not dramatic, but it's noticeably better than the R3. It never got confused. I mean, when I shot this guy, there was hundreds of other ones next to him. And this was done on the RF 100 to 500, all the way at 500 millimeters at 7.1. So, you know, not the best quality for something that far, but obviously you can clean this up. It's workable. But I just wanted to show you guys this photo here too. This was actually, I slid this up a little bit. If I come to develop, you can see the original. Where's the original? Let's see. Drag and drop. Did I lose you? Okay, sorry, wrong one. So this was the original, slightly overexposed on the background, simply because I had my transition lenses on and it kind of threw me off a bit. But I just wanted to show you guys it is possible to, you know, do a good amount of recovery. I didn't do much other than just up the contrast, drop the exposure, and raise the highlights a little bit. I mean, yeah, I dropped the exposure a little bit. But yeah, so obviously a lot that you can work with. I didn't do any cleanup outside of just basic adjustment. But let me see here, and I'm gonna come back to my library. Okay, so these two photos. This was a snow egret that happened to be coming by. He was super far away, so obviously this is cropping in a lot. But I did track him leaving and then landing in another spot. Pretty much not too far. But it never really lost focus on him. I actually have the JPEG version of this. It's a little more extended. It's about 30 something photos. But I can show you it never... Well, I really need to find a shortcut next one. It never... See, it was on the eye. Like, it did show the small eye on the box, which kind of surprised me because I was expecting like kind of a rectangle over him. But yeah, it never lost focus the entire time. Alright, so... I mean, yeah, it was just really effortless. I mean, if I look at any of these, it's on him. Obviously, it's not great quality, right? Because he's super far away. But, you know, with some, you know, AI sharpened tools, whatever it may be, obviously this image can be improved. But, yeah, so AF tracking was, I did some other smaller birds that are flying around, but the AF tracking was really, really good. It's dramatically better than the R3. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, you have to try it. If you just, whatever people tell you in the videos, like when they showed off the basketball on YouTube, I think when Jared Pullen did that, and they showed the guy, the camera following whoever got the ball. Obviously, I don't shoot sports, so I don't have that to test with. I just, you know, shoot birds for fun, and I shoot computer stuff. So with that said, I'm just going to show you guys. These are 3 from the R3 and 3 from the R5 Mark II. These are just some at the supermarket, which I had to stop by last night. Happened to grab my camera. So obviously you guys can tell I'm not a professional reviewer. This is by no means in that category. Just I happen to have the stuff on me, so I might as well. These were shot on an RF 28 to 70 f2. All these photos are shot at what is that? At f8 at 32 millimeter, I think. What is a photo missing? All right. Anyway, it's throwing me off. But anyway, so both of these are on auto white balance. The R3 has always tended to be on a cooler scale for me. I would say I normally don't use automatic white balance, but I would say this is probably automatic white balance W. But yeah, it's more closer to this in real life, a little cooler. But you can see that this was at 10,000 ISO. You can see that if I come here, you know, let's look at the lemons. Yeah, this is a good idea. So the net on the lemons, obviously you're cropping in more in the R5, but the net on the lemons are, you know, obviously cleaner on the R3 than the R5. And if I come up to, what is that? This is at 1600 ISO. If we look at the text, right, you can see obviously the text is cleaner on the R3 by quite a bit. This is without obviously any denoising, but if we come to the lemons, the R3's, you know, it's still pretty good, right? It's getting kind of trashy on this side here, right? But I mean, if you're not cropping in all the way, it doesn't really matter. So let's see. So this is at 20,000, right? So 20,000, you can see that the R3 is still looking really, really good, and the R5 is kind of falling apart. Especially if I come to something like, I don't know why it's flickering. It doesn't like my GPU or something. But if we look at the words ultimate, you can see that it really looks bad over here. So for low light, you know, noise-wise, you're not going to beat the R3. So now let's take a look at the objects on the table. This was the table I was filming on earlier. I just want to show you guys. This is at 1000. Alright, looks very good. Nothing but, I think I did it keep an adjustment? No adjustments. Okay, oh, oops. Shadows are up by 5. Yeah, I had adjusted something earlier by accident. So, it looks pretty good. Alright. It seems to have applied some type of temperature change too. So let me just settings reset. Okay, so yep. Let me come back to the library, and we'll do, what is this? This is 2000 and this is 4000. So we'll do 2000, 4000. 4000 looks good. 2000 looks good. Honestly, not much difference unless you're really looking for it. I don't see. Let's look at the keyboard here. I don't see much of a difference. I mean, it's a little bit dirtier, grainier, but not something you really notice. So 10,000. We're going up quite a bit now. So 10,000 and what is this? 12,800 and 10,000. Oh, okay. So 12,800 looks a lot worse than 10,000 does. Let's look at the keyboard. This one's gonna fall apart the fastest, I think. Yeah, it's starting to fall apart. I think 10,000 is kind of where you want to be at the most. So now we're looking at 20 and what is this? 25. So 20 and 25. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so alright, they both look bad. Yeah. I mean, guys, this is the raw without any type of noise reduction or anything. So obviously, you know, you do some post-processing, you can get some, you know, increases here. So 3200 and what is this? 40,000. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so wow. All right, so that's just no detail. I mean, not really usable. I'm getting a crutch, but and then we'll take a look at the final one, which is the max 51,200. And oops, sorry, and that just looks bad. That looks bad, but that's to be expected. So either way, you guys get an idea. I would say 10,000. Anything past that, let's look at 10,000 again. 10,000 still does look pretty good. You know, looks really good actually for what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing like the, what is this, 10,000 over here? I mean, this 10,000 on R3 looks really clean in comparison. Alright, so, but yeah, so with that said, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. I haven't gone over the camera completely. The menus have changed quite a bit, and for some things, there's definitely a lot more things in the menu than there was on the R3. So like I said, I've only had the camera for about 2 days. I don't have much time with it, but I hope this gives you guys a general idea. Well, thanks for watching, stay safe, and take care.